Welcome to the show, everybody. This is Cognitive Drift, and I'm your host, Jay. I'm super excited tonight. I have a special guest, somebody who a lot of us have probably seen online. I've seen her videos everywhere. She is absolutely killing it on TikTok, and she gets shared out everywhere. But super based, really awesome account, and saying all the right things. I'm super excited to see her here. When I asked her to come here, I couldn't touch her on TikTok, so there's no way I could reach her on there because she's just absolutely doing a phenomenal job on there and a great conservative voice. But I have a similar size account here on X, so I was able to reach her, and she said yes. So I'm super excited to have her here tonight. And I also have a fantastic panel, all show hosts, really based people, awesome people to have on here tonight. So without further ado, let's welcome in our guests. So we have Betty Crocker.
Hello.
Puddin, as everybody, as you say, super excited to have you here tonight. Thank you for doing this with us. I know you're a busy person, and just really glad to have you here.
Thank you. I appreciate the invite. I'm kind of fangirling over here because I follow some of you.
Yeah, and we got Michael Wan, huge YouTube account. Really become good friends in the past couple months or whatever. Been on the show. We've done Angela Bel Camino's show. We often are kind of conservative voices on her show, and actually she's more conservative than most people would realize, but really good show. Great conversations on there. Thank you for joining us tonight, Michael.
Hi, Jay. Yeah, I changed the background because you told me to. So
No, it looks good, man. It looks good.
Right, thanks.
Yeah. And then Kevin Smith from The Loud Majority. Dude has the gift of gab. Really awesome person. I'm glad he's coming here tonight because I was like, you know what, we got to animate the show tonight. So let's get Kevin Smith in here for sure. So thank you for coming in here tonight, brother.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for having me. It's going to be a lot of fun. And when you told me Petty Crocker was, I was like, what? The girl from TikTok? What?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. All experienced show hosts on here tonight. So, and Madeline will be joining us here.
I'm like such a TikTok boomer. I can't figure it out. So like when I run into a big TikTok account, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, stop. I'm blushing.
I don't know. I can't figure it out. Like I don't know.
Yeah. And so what are you, 9.3 million likes on there, which is, it's just incredible. Good job for you. Like, I love seeing conservative accounts doing well, honestly. And it's such an uphill battle for a lot of us, and you say the wrong thing and bam, your account's gone.
Oh, for sure. I lost one already on TikTok.
Yeah, and to see you got, all you guys on here are really doing well, and so it's really like I love to see it. Like it's awesome. Good on you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
500,000 followers. That's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and her X account is blowing up too. Like it went from 0 to 60 and like very quick.
Yeah. Like it shocked the crap out of me. I was like, wow.
Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on X, like the last 5 days, they changed the algorithm or something, and everything is blown. And I think they put it back today. Like there was that little glitch for 10 minutes today, and I think it went back to the way it was. So if we could maybe talk to the people that do that and bring it back the other way,
right?
That would be great.
Yeah, I had one that did decent today. I think it's 500,000 or whatever. And
oh, dude, I had a throwaway that I posted. I woke up in the middle of the night and just tweeted it like a comedian coming up with a joke. I was like, you ever think food is so expensive because 50 million people get it for free? I woke up today, it's got 2 million views.
Heck yeah, bro.
It was like a throwaway. I was like, oh, this will piss off some people in the morning. I woke up, I was like, whoa, holy crap.
Yeah, sometimes I've noticed if I concentrate too hard on it, it doesn't go like it should. I think it should. And then when I'm just being belligerent to be belligerent,
Oh yeah, I can put out a tweet about like PE ratios of new ETFs that are coming out in the market. And I'm really thinking about it. I did a shitload of research and 200 views. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll just every time that happens, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Start the OnlyFans. What the hell? What the hell? Like, what are we doing here?
He's in the bathroom looking at himself. He's like,
it happens.
I could.
I mean, look, I'm not saying I could quit my job, but you know,
you never know.
Even my YouTube channel, you know, when I put so much effort, sometimes the view is so low, and when I just do it a little bit lackadaisically, those views would just pop up, and I just don't know why. Sometimes
I can't figure out YouTube. I've been streaming to YouTube every day for 6 years. Nothing. Nothing. I'm like, yo, someone hates me over there.
Yeah. So I started. So I'm also on Instagram and Facebook too. I got my Instagram. Like, if you're not on Instagram, go jump on there, because within like 4 months, I'm at 215,000 followers. Wow. Well, like it just blew up. So I would go try it out.
Let's see, Petty.
And you put on the same videos on TikTok.
I do it all across the board. Yeah.
Well, I say we all collab after this.
Well, yeah. Well, I use StreamYard, so it's gonna have some clips or whatever, and I'll tag you.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's pretty good. But yeah, we already got 4,000 people watching. So
hey.
thank you for joining in, and please comment, leave a good comment or whatever, and we'll put it up on the stage here. But yeah, you know, I've been checking out your posts and stuff like that, and you've been harping a lot on, you know, some of the stuff that's really, like, a lot of us have been talking about. You know, I here in Georgia, I have a congressional candidate, and she was running for governor in Georgia, Candace Taylor, right? And back in 2020, she was talking about, like, you know, the satanic cabal and, you know, pedophiles and like all these different things or whatever. And people were like, holy cow, what's she talking about? You know, they were really taken back or whatever. And like, you know, here as of recent, it's like, well, she was spot on about everything. Like, she was spot on about all that stuff. Y'all just weren't ready for it. And
yeah, so I found out about it. Actually dropped back in 2016.
The Pizzagate, right?
The Pizzagate dropped. Hi.
Hey, Madeline.
Yeah.
Madeline,
So
Madeline.
Just always late. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, she's a very busy woman, entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
You know, show host. She does Fox. She does a lot of different things. You know, mother, doing everything, and just a fantastic conservative voice. So thank you, and beautiful as always tonight.
Thank you.
Yay! Once again,
to meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Once again, the ugliest one on the panel. What's up, Maddie?
Hey, missed you, Kevin. Haven't seen you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I got a grown-up job now.
Congrats.
I'm a big kid now.
But yeah, no, you know, people just weren't ready for the things that she was saying. But like, you know, as of late or whatever, like, it's all coming out. You know, everything she was saying was spot on. Everything that she was harping on was spot on. And you know, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here, you know, with a lot of this stuff. Like, how do we fix it and stuff like that? But I'm glad that people are talking about it. I'm glad, you know, people like you are, you know, hitting on it, because if we don't, it just disappears. And that's a problem. So
yeah, like I was saying, this Pizzagate first dropped back in like 2016, and like the whole adrenochrome and all that stuff. That's when I started going down the rabbit hole. Right. Then, you know, the whole Anthony, won't say his last name's laptop. Yeah. I just don't know what like the parameters are for your show. So I don't want to go like, you know, I don't want to get you flagged or anything.
I think
we're good. This is on X, maybe on
YouTube. They don't restrict it anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. So when Anthony Weiner's laptop, you know, because there's a folder in there, it's called life insurance, and then you go into Frazzle Drip with you know, Hillary Clinton and the videos, like the manhunt. It goes deep. It goes so deep, and it goes way further back than people actually realize, honestly.
Yeah.
The Anthony Weiner laptop, that's a crazy story too, right?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Like if they would allow the FBI to release what they found, because there's always been reports when they went through it that they had to step away and they had to go vomit because they were just so sick from what they saw. So I think if they would actually release that stuff, that would be the final drop on everything.
Did some cops commit suicide because of that video? Right?
I always find it odd that Anthony's ex, the Weiner's ex, is Hillary Clinton's famous assistant. And now she's married to Alex Soros, which it's like, crazy. Can it get any more? Like, you're just asking the conspiracy theorists to just dive in more when that.
Oh, for sure.
Like, that gaslit me.
I gotta tell you, for a long time, I had a lot of friends that were all into Alex, and they were all into laptops, and they were telling me about it. And I was telling you guys need to go outside. You need to touch some grass, get some vitamin D. And I haven't answered those people in like 3 weeks now, because I don't really do that whole I was wrong thing. But and at this point now, say the wildest shit you can think of. Okay. All right. I at this point, I'm on board. I mean, some of it I still think is a little insane. I don't know. There was a list of celebrities that reportedly was on Epstein Island. And I just remember reading through the list and thinking, I don't know, man. If I'm having a wild sex party, I'm probably not inviting Kathy Griffin. So I mean, it's just me. Maybe you're into redheads, which everybody has their niche, but
maybe she was the jump scare to get somebody go. Who knows?
No one invites Pennywise to an orgy. Okay.
But even regarding a Pizzagate, I think it should have been seen seriously from the get-go, because it was Julian Assange who revealed all these information. I think he most likely got it from Seth Rich, and I think that's why the Democrats kind of killed him. I really believe that.
Well, did you see? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Did you see? It was on X that I saw it, that all of the media reporters that were coming out saying it was all fake, and we were all crazy and stuff. There's 5 of them that got arrested for pedophilia.
Yep. The mainstream writers, right? And that's when the fake news narrative came out. That's because when I was working for a newspaper, the term fake news, I think it exactly started when the New York Times, Washington Post, and CNN and all these legacy media came out to destroy the Pizzagate narrative. That's when they simultaneously used the term Pizzagate. That's how I remember it.
Right.
I don't want to call anyone out, but I tried pointing something out the other night when I was on Fox. I'm not going to say which, because everyone will know exactly the moment, because I got the eye basically to not go down the road. You can start going I've even gotten in trouble for going past where I talk about immigration in Canada and the northern border being a problem. God forbid you connect the dots of Epstein on Fox. Don't do it. You get the look of don't go there. You're not they really won't touch on it. It's really crazy unless it's in a monologue where it's controlled.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I am not somebody that, there are some people out there that thinks that everything is a distraction from another thing they're distracting you from. And I've never sometimes I'm just no, it's just that multiple things happen in a day. However, the wall-to-wall coverage of Savannah Guthrie's mom at the exact same time as I'm yo, not for nothing, but you guys are not doing yourselves. And then you got some people on some of the networks who are just begging for war with Iran so we can talk about anything. And I'm sitting, I'm yo, I'm not one of these people, but you guys are making me one of those people, because I'm look, okay, I want to be clear. Look, I hope they find Nancy Guthrie. I do. Having your mother be kidnapped has got to be terrifying, whatever that may be. But do I need, are we on day 17 of an old lady going missing? Mm-hmm. An old lady who, I want to be clear, is dead. Like she's old. She's on a whole bunch of pills and pacemaker, and that's very sad for Savannah Guthrie. However, like they're not helping their whole it's a distraction thing. And I said, I've never been somebody who thought that. I think that hosts cover what they find interesting. But like I said, now that we're on week 3, I'm like, come on, guys.
I think it was I think I told you, Michael. I was like, can you imagine if the FBI investigated Savannah, like the way the FBI is investigating the Savannah Guthrie case? I was like, if only they did that for the Charlie Kirk murder. Like,
at least
and
half
by
of
the
the
way,
server, right?
at the same time, because I also brought this up because this was when I had a conversation on your podcast. I said, just so everyone's aware, at the same time the Epstein files was going on and the Savannah Guthrie case, Charlie Kirk's murder was on trial.
The trial,
was going on, and I was like, wait a minute, this person was like loved and assassinated in front of the entire world back in like September. I'm like, wait, I am so confused here. Why is no one talking about the trial?
It's just ridiculous. And Samantha Guthrie is like an anti-Trumper, right?
I mean, I tried following as much as I possible. It was like, I don't think one mainstream news media even went over the case, unless, don't quote me on that, I could be wrong, but I could not find any mainstream coverage on it.
They really, I mean, so every time he's in court and anything happens, Fox Now like covers it live, and I've been watching it, and it's pretty boring. Most people think that like court cases are like Law and Order. No, they're actually just like procedural crap where nothing happens for 2.5 hours. I don't think there's really been any real updates on it. It's really just been conversations about media coverage and how it's going to be covered and where and whether or not they're going to show him. And, so it's kind of boring so far. Like we haven't really gotten to the trial.
So they did find out though that there's 5 different people's DNA on the weapon.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. Yeah. Why did that not break headlines? Like, right? Like, would you have known that? Like, I had to really deep dive, and I was like, no.
Hold up. I'm breaking that news tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just heard it first. Like, I was shocked. I was like, wait a minute. Why has no one been covering this? I would think Fox would have wanted to be, like, talking about this. Can you imagine if, like, Nancy Grace, all the old back in the day, like, who would have actually spoke on this stuff? Like, if you were to watch it, they would have deep dove, like, right there, that's a reason to throw the case. You can't have multiple DNA showing up on a weapon, and all 5 showed up on the screwdriver too.
Well, I have a sitting rule that once Nancy Grace starts talking about it, I stop caring about it.
All right, Judge Judy.
That's just a sitting rule I have. So please, no Nancy Grace, no Star Jones, no one involved in the OJ case.
Bro, during the Nancy Guthrie stuff, when they said they found a glove, I was standing at my desk at work and they said something about the glove, and I was like, is this OJ 2.0? What the hell?
Yeah, I tweeted out when they said they found a glove. I was like, someone check on Kato Kalin and see where he's been, because that guy is like the Forrest Gump of crimes. He shows up everywhere. But
did you hear they had to take the backpack off of the shelves at Walmart? Like, Walmart officially announced they took off the backpack. Like, it's like some Ozark brand. They like took that backpack off because so many people were like mocking the backpack and saying that it would be good for robbery.
I mean, it is.
People be crazy, bro.
Apparently, it was mass sold at Walmart.
Because I know that when I'm getting ready to commit, a home invasion, I have to make sure I have the correct backpack on for all my
Walmart
supplies.
Run.
Like,
Dora the Explorer, like, you gotta have your backpack.
Like, also, real quick, like, if I'm ever kidnapped, okay, and if you are the kidnapper out there watching, can you please?
I'm so sorry to the kidnapper.
I know they're gonna send me back in 2 minutes, but I'll just be making jokes the whole time. Like, could you drive a little faster, honey? Like, if you are gonna kidnap me and you're gonna send a ransom note, can you please not send it to TMZ? Like,
right?
Like, the woman is on the Today Show, and you send it to the guy who breaks news if Miley Cyrus's nipple falls out. Like, that's the guy you send it to? Are you kidding me? I'm like, please do not have Harvey Levin negotiate the release of my kidnapping, because then I'll just, you know what, just take me out. I'm done.
I cannot stand that man.
I really can't.
I can't stand him either. You're right. I mean, even especially during with Charlie Kirk's death, they cheered, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean,
well, to be fair, he didn't cheer. The crowd
yeah, but
was coming. I mean,
other members, right?
Yeah, it was like the staffers in the back, but
I think he's a real, like, he really can't stand Trump. Every single time I watch TMZ, he always have this kind of negative slant towards Trump. But I think at this point, a lot of people that I talk with, they are all suspicious of Erica Kirk and all the, and who is it? Cabot Phillips, I forgot their names, the Turning Point USA employees. And did you guys check out the recent text messages that she was sending back and forth with this 15-year-old girl?
Yeah. What about all the accounts? What about what is it? Project Constitution just like traced all the like offshore accounts, and basically Charlie was in like doing a Doge, and the accounts are like where Wexner's like, I guess, like wallet was, or his accounts were like off. They're basically like offshore accounts. Don't quote me exactly.
I would be very suspect of that account.
At that rate, I'm just like, I give up. Like, all of the conspiracy theorists were right. Like, honestly, I think I texted Jay and I was like, honestly, what happens when we get to the point of like where citizen journalists, like, we're going to figure this out. Like, I tweeted it out, like, we're going to get very close to the point of no return. What happens when we do figure it out? Like, is the FBI going to come out and be like, gotcha? Like, what?
Well, no, hold on. Because first off, that account, that photo they posted of Erica Kirk, it's her niece.
Which photo?
The one where she was the 15-year-old girl.
That's not her niece.
Yeah, it is.
You mean the text messages?
No, there's an Instagram picture where she was like kissing some girl, and I don't know about no text message, but I'm just because I saw the Project Constitution thing the other day, and that I don't know who the guy is or whatever, but he's had some.
He's been following it pretty close.
He's had some. I thought he's had some questionable stuff before, but like he just posted one of Erica like kissing like a teenage girl. He's like, oh, she's grooming her, and I'm like, and literally, if you look at the bottom, it's like, it's great to be here with my niece. But people leave things out. Like, I got into an argument about this the other day about the Cabot Phillips thing with a buddy of mine. He was like, don't you think it's strange that Erica Kirk's ex works at Turning Point? And I'm like, he doesn't. He works at the Daily Wire. And everyone, like, sees each other at the same events. And I think that a lot of people tend to see. I think sometimes
isn't he the speaker for TPUSA? Like,
yeah, but I speak at Turning Point events, and I am far smaller than Cabot Phillips. I mean, I speak at colleges.
Makes sense of why you're defending it.
Well, yeah. No, what I mean is, I'm far smaller than he is.
Shots fired.
And I, whatever, we go back all the time. But I speak at Turning Point events around the country, and I'm way smaller.
I used to go to them.
Like, I'm going to one in Chattanooga, which is a place I hadn't heard of before. But
you've never heard of?
Never heard of Chattanooga?
No,
I'm from Tennessee. I'm from Knoxville.
I'm from Kentucky, and we went to Nashville, Chattanooga. We've all been.
That's Chattown, bro.
You go to Tennessee to go find Buc-ee's. That's where it all started. Like, what?
No. I stay in my little communist corner of America. Every once in a while, I'll go down to Florida. But that's it. No. But so I don't think it's weird that people speak at colleges all the time. I think sometimes people can look way further into things than. And look, I want to be clear. This has nothing to do with a loyalty to an organization. If I thought there was something there, I'd say it. But I just don't. I don't think there is, because too many people are out there going, why is she doing this? Why is she doing that? Why are they doing this? And I'm like, I don't think anybody knows how they would or should or could react in the wake of this sort of thing. And
how odd is it, though, that Tracy told her daughter to stay home that day? Tracy's daughter was Erica Kirk's assistant, right? And Erica Kirk's assistant was, I guess she doubled as an assistant to the Charlie Kirk show. So everyone knows, like, Charlie Kirk did a show that day, like Mikey McCoy, like all the normal people were on the show that day. And then apparently Tracy told her daughter to stay home. And I find it very odd And apparently she didn't go. And it's so weird. Like, why would Tracy, who is also being connected to all these other things, like, why would Tracy be the one to tell her daughter to stay home? She said she had a gut feeling, like, which, not to be shots fired number 2, Kevin, but you give Candace Owens a lot of shit for saying, oh, like, I feel, or I just had this dream.
Yeah.
Like, you give a lot of shots fired on that.
1,000%.
Tracy just come up and say, like, I just feel like it's a really bad idea. Like,
because she knew that Charlie was going to get assassinated. That's why she
and
went
then
there.
She happens to be with Erica during all of this.
That is a gigantic leap. That is a gigantic leap from Charlie came to me in my dreams. And that's, you guys don't have to believe it. I do.
But the dream angle wasn't that much of a big issue. I mean, Candace Owens was talking about like text message. Like Charlie Kirk was afraid that he would get assassinated 24 hours before.
I also think she has to.
And she lied about it. And then Erica Kirk kept lying about.
Sydney Sweeney comes to me in my dreams. That doesn't mean it's going to happen.
By law, she can't
Sydney Sweeney. Her and them good genes, bro.
Yeah, her and them good. Like, she comes to me in my dreams. Like, also, it's not. Look, the dreams thing is ridiculous, which is obvious to point out. The problem I have with Candace is that if you were looking for the truth about the murder of your friend, the way she's doing it would be the absolute. This is like it's like a true crime miniseries. This feels like. Very stay tuned next week for the latest update. She gets basic shit. And look, I'm somebody, and I'm not very conspiratorial. I said it before, but let's take the theory out of it. If you are trying to teach me calculus, something complicated, and you get 2 + 2 wrong, I'm not going to listen to you on the difficult topics. Like Candace doesn't know what mountain time is, or the Egyptian planes, or the lunacy behind all of these things. It is, and it probably would help her cause if she didn't take the batshit crazy view on everything. Has she found Bridget Macron's cock yet? I'm just curious. Like,
there's a lawsuit, right?
I mean. Look, if Bridget Macron's a man, okay, they're French. They're fucking weirdos. Like, who cares?
She manhandled her husband, though.
Well, that's because Emmanuel Macron's a bitch. But, like, you know, he's got, like, that guy sucks so bad. But it's about credence and credibility prior.
I think they're both crazy.
And also, I want to be clear, and you can take this how you will. I have met men and I have met women in my life, and I have never seen a more clear-cut, obvious case of a woman who is mad she did not get asked to prom than Candace Owens. In my whole fucking life have I never met any. This is so obvious that she was in love with Charlie. He wasn't into her. He picked Erica, and now she's going after the wife. Like, if you've been around,
sounds very conspiratorial.
If you've been around women, I'm sorry. That's just how things are. Like, and that's not. That's taking away the conspiracy angle of it. That's just that's human nature. She is so in love with that dude.
Didn't she kind of marry? Like, when did Candace marry? Wasn't it like 20?
She married before Charlie
years
did.
ago.
I'm pretty sure she married before Charlie did, and then
yeah.
After, I don't think
I'm sure he made it. Hey,
even after she married, didn't she continue to work for TPUSA? Yeah. She didn't. She even gave some speeches in 2024, as I remember, right? So I just think
that's not what happened. Apparently, she explains it. They had a misunderstanding. She got mad because apparently Charlie started seeing a donor, and she lied to her face, and from there it got weird. Like,
you sure it didn't get weird after she got friend zoned?
I mean, it could have gone weird, but that's the public.
Kevin is dying on this hill.
That is the public story. Kevin is diehard. He's gonna defend that side till the day. Me and Kevin typically go back and forth on this.
I mean, obviously Charlie Kirk was scared that Israel might hit him, right? Wasn't that what he was concerned about?
I'm sorry. Isn't everyone like Tucker has some real balls to go to Israel? Like, let's not talk about that.
I mean,
like,
Tucker Carlson got detained today, right?
Yeah.
Israel.
He's home. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
because he went and
why do
interviewed
podcasters,
Huckabee.
They all say that I'm not suicidal. Why do they all say that? Because they somehow hear these, and a lot of people, the people that I know of who are MAGA people, like 8, 9 out of 10 of them, they are suspicious about that particular country. I won't mention it, but them being behind. And Erica Kirk, she's fishy as hell. I mean, why would you want to text with a 15-year-old girl, in a sexual way?
Come on, you guys. She's in it. Like, that's like saying, like, the kid. You're never going to make me believe that the kid that was in a BlackRock video was able to crawl on a roof by himself and, like, almost assassinate our president. Like, I'm sorry, but, like, this is crazy. Like,
yeah,
I'm
not a huge Candace Owens fan either. I'm not. I wasn't.
No, but I'm saying, like, there's this problem where, like, we're not allowed to ask questions. Like, that's the problem. The base is saying, like, to Kash Patel, to Pam Bondi, to the President Trump, to Turning Point USA. Like, I'm not saying you're standing up for Candace, but I'm saying we are the party that said we deserve to know. Like, we deserve transparency. We deserve accountability. We deserve to ask questions. There's literally people that are getting arrested for white collar bullshit, going to jail, paying money to lawyers they don't have. But we have people that are like sleeping with children, killing children in emails, and like disgusting things on a day-to-day basis.
There's no investigation.
But hey, let's not investigate them. Let's not ask
what I'm saying is,
doesn't make sense at all.
There's an active trial going on. They are not going to release any information they have before the trial happens. And unfortunately, trials in America tend to take years. I mean, if you get a damn speeding ticket, your court case isn't for 6 months. Like, there's a backlog in the court system. These things take forever. But
if there was more people that they thought or that were involved or they thought were involved, they would have already arrived. Like, there'd be warrants out. They're not going to let just people. Literally, they just said they took away Tyler Robinson's partner, like, had like security, I guess, for like the last like 6 months. And his security's gone. There was pictures of him. He's living in like Austin or Dallas, Texas now. It was all over tabloids in Kroger. And when I was at the grocery this week, like, what?
Well, I wouldn't go by the supermarket tabloids. Michael Douglas has been dying.
Well, he has a mullet, and it's definitely Tyler Robinson. Like, he's out there. It's all over social media. He's out there.
Why wouldn't he be out there?
Well, he had security and he was in hiding. So my point is, though, like, if there was other people that they were arrested, and even with Savannah Guthrie's case, like, let's compare. We have 4 people, and they have 4 people arrested or being questioned right now. Like, if there was other people that they were investigating besides Tyler Robinson, they would have a warrant out or they would be picked up. There's not other people.
Sure. Well, maybe there aren't other people.
I mean, Candace Owens called for an investigation. Candace Owens actually called for an investigation for Erica Kirk, right? I do think that she needs to be investigated, and I think I agree with you, Madeline. I think nothing's going to happen, even though there's so many proof that might prove otherwise. That Tyler Robinson is a lone wolf. I don't think there are going to be any charges. Same way as Pizzagate. When you have like what was it in the Pizzagate email? When you have a 7-year-old, 9-year-old, 11-year-old waiting for your entertainment. If I'm an FBI agent, I would investigate the heck out of it. You know what I mean? But there was no investigation. There was no charges. And all the people who were suspicious about it were called a conspiracy theorist. And that's exactly what's happening. The same thing with Erica Kirk. I mean, Charlie Kirk's death.
Well,
there has been so many.
Is it not weird that she's in
around that
videos?
Situation.
She's
should all be investigated.
This holy Bible thumper that tells me I need to be a better mom and read
her
the
parents.
Bible. Like,
her
she's
parents.
telling me I need to go read the Bible and be a better mom and be at home every day. But this woman is in CIA videos, drinking on Summer House, has 5 different boyfriends, but has never had a boyfriend. Like, I'm sorry, like, there is a pattern here.
Because I'm going to tell you what would happen if she had stayed home and not become the CEO of Turning Point USA. The same people who are very upset right now would say, "Why is she hiding? What does she have to hide? Why doesn't she come out and talk to the public?" It's the exact.
No.
There is nothing that could be done. And also,
illusion. I agree.
And also, I want to be clear.
She's awesome.
I want to be right. Just because Candace Owens calls for an investigation, let's all stop. Everyone, stop doing what you're doing. Candace Owens has called for an investigation. Like, her and I have the same job. Like, Let's just call for an investigation. Now
I do think it's odd though. Like Megyn Kelly hasn't like said Megyn Kelly and Tucker may have said like, oh, I like Erica. I do love his widow. But they have also come out in the last few months and they've confirmed the planes. Like they have definitely had Candace's back on this. And those two have a long career that they're not going to put in jeopardy if they thought Candace was just insane. And I just want to go back and say that there's a huge majority of our base that follows Candace and is happy that somebody is finally talking about it. And if we keep discounting those people, then guess what? That majority, we are going to lose them come midterms.
It's not even like Candace Owens who broke that news too.
It's just like the Nick Fuentes. No one wants to hear it, but all these young boys are turning to people like Nick Fuentes. Am I happy about it? No, I think the kid's kind of an ass most of the time. But like, the fact is, we have a problem in midterms. Until our party wants to own the problem, we are going to lose midterms. Susie Wiles can have some damn meeting with all these big important people today at the White House. It's not going to solve the problem. The problem is our base is divided and everybody who has their side that they want to defend. I'm just sitting here. Why don't we all just go back to common sense and talk about the facts and the common denominators? Which every time I'm on these podcasts with you guys, I keep saying like there's a common denominator, and then I called anti-Semitic.
But the biggest problem is I think we are all pro-Israel, right? I'm pro-Israel too. But the problem is I think they really don't want to even give an inch. I saw this.
I can't shake my head hard enough.
I watched this meme last night, and then it said, you know, we are the colony of Israel. It used to be Great Britain, but now the colony of Israel. Don't you guys kind of think that America is being controlled? A lot of the systems
by Israel, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely. Netanyahu is holding his nutsack. I think Netanyahu has the real freaking list and is holding it over everybody's damn head and say, do what I say, or I'm going to make this whole thing blow up. Third thing, why is Netanyahu thinking that when Iran burns down those statues of satanic demonic statues, why is he getting mad about it and saying they're declaring war? Why are you upset they're burning those statues down, bro?
Yeah, it's just.
Why is he visiting the White House? Why is he allowed to bypass our own president and go talk to Congress?
Don't get me started on him.
Like that's a whole nother story. Like,
I mean, that goes back to.
Really want to go there about BB? We could make a whole podcast about it. But like,
bro, he's been gunning for Iran for years.
But actually, I mean, to be fair, President Trump always was gunning for, you know, Iran. Even back in 2016 election cycle, he was talking about Iran nuclear deal should be gone, and Trump never hid the fact that he was always pro-Israel. So we have to give him that. You know, he is keeping his promise. But
pinned his assassination. When people were talking about his assassination, they kept trying to. Although they blamed this weird transgender kid that he acted alone, they all said it was Iran. Every time like something has happened with Trump and assassinations, they've blamed Iran. Sorry if I don't believe it. Like, I don't believe it. I don't think they gave a damn to come shoot President Trump. Nope. That's not who I think is out for him. I think it's a control factor. I think it's like a psyop.
I mean, the funny thing, I think I mean, all the issues that we're talking about, right in the middle of it is Israel, because we saw even in the email, the Epstein file, it says Jeffrey Epstein, he himself said that he works for the Rothschilds. Who's the Rothschilds? Isn't Rothschild one of the most instrumental family who brought Israel back in 1948? But you don't hear any of that on the mainstream media or legacy media. You can't even talk anything about that. You can't even mention Rothschild. You know, so we can't. If you can't even talk about the root of the issue, then there is no solve. You know, you're not going to solve anything. You know.
No, and you talk to these people at the mainstream media, and they're all smart, but they know better. Like like I love some of my friends that you guys are all beautiful. Love all the people that I've talked to and met through it. But I can tell you right now that they're not stupid. They just are smart enough to not say anything. But I'm like, at some point, I get mad because I'm like, why are we all just going to keep pretending that this is not like, I can't keep talking the same talking points because I feel crazy when I don't say what I actually think. Like it gets to a point where you can't go when you get your ideas or what the talking points are, usually it's like an hour before, but like, I'm like, oh, I'm fucked because like, I have no way of actually saying what I'm going to say. There's no way because the truth, they don't want to hear the truth. And the truth is Israel is right. If you're going on Fox.
I mean, I'm kind of
Newsmax
surprised
has
they
an
didn't even
Israel
redact that
update.
line.
Why
I
does
mean,
Newsmax have an Israel? Newsmax lost me
because they're
when
funded.
they decided to create an Israel update. I'm not anti-Semitic. I don't. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with like we're in America. I could give a damn if I wanted to look up Israel. Like I'd go look up Jerusalem news. I'll go look up Israel news. Like they have their own outlets. I don't need America to have an Israel update. Do we have a China update? Because I think China is a little more important sometimes than Israel. I could give a damn. Seriously.
I mean, it really goes to show that Israel. I mean, Israel does control a whole lot on the Western Hemisphere. I don't think it's just America. I think the Western Hemisphere. You know, President Trump mentions about Western Hemisphere
Argentina.
a lot these days, right? And I think we all know that. I mean, even what was it? Didn't Zelensky even assign what was that woman's name? The witch, Maria Abramovich, as the education ambassador. I mean, they don't even hide it. They just push it to you. And she even hung out with a Rothschild. You know, what was it, Jacob Rothschild? She hangs out with everybody. With Jay-Z, and there's no. And she was the centerpiece of Pizzagate too, right? Along with Comet Ping Pong. But
everybody thinks she's like the ritual.
You know what I
leader.
think? What I think is we weren't even supposed to talk about these issues that we're talking about, but we're finally being able to talk about it. But that's as much as probably we can go. I don't think there's going to be any kind of investigation, no charges, nothing. You know, we can talk about it, but I feel like there's this huge wall. Look at James Comey. You know, he got off, right? And even Letitia James, nothing's gonna happen to these people. We always waited. We waited Special Counsel John Durham to do something about it. That we thought
Todd Blanche is not gonna do anything.
He thought John Durham would bring down the deep state. I mean, that's how I thought it. In all honesty, nothing happened.
This is the power of social media, though, too. Like I brought up the Somali learning centers today or whatever, and it went semi-viral or whatever. I think it's like 500,000 views or whatever. But like a lot of conservative accounts were like mad at me for doing that because I'm being critical of the Trump administration. Kind of like I'm not really being critical of President Trump. I'm being critical of the Department of Justice. But the thing is like when we put pressure on them, things happen. Don Lemon was not going to get arrested if we didn't put pressure on them to do it. I'm telling you right now, he wouldn't have been arrested. They would have overlooked it. They would have let him go. They would have arrested the 3 other people or whatever, and they would have looked the other way. But social media, because we were harping on them or whatever, and Harmeet Dillon was mad about it or whatever, and it's just like, well, you know, if we don't do these things, if we don't voice our concerns or whatever, then nothing happens. We how many times are we going to keep watching this, you know, them get away with shit or whatever, and nothing happens? And so we have these massive accounts and stuff like that. We're going to fucking harp on these things. I don't care if that makes people mad or whatever. It's not being, I'm not off the team. I'm not.
But like, you can harp on Israel. Like I'm like TikTok, you can't say anything. And now X people are getting flagged on X for it, which is bizarre. Like, and whoever wants to take the shot at Elon, go for it. Like, no one wants to risk their account.
Even on YouTube too, in all honesty. Yeah. Even on YouTube, like, if you mention Epstein, you're gonna get demonetized. You know, if you mention
people are getting flagged now on X, and I got flagged, and I found out the next day that Owen Schroyer got flagged, and everyone's getting flagged for their account. Darren Ellis, he posted something about Israel, and he literally who else? The guy running for governor of Florida, the one that's controversial.
Fishback.
I like Fishback. Fishback got his account taken, and he couldn't get on for over 24 hours because of Israel.
I'm going to go meet him in April.
I've been in contact.
I can't wait to meet him.
He was just in California, and I missed him by a day. I'm actually trying. I have a PAC that's interested in working with him. I truly think James Fishback is creating the blueprint for the younger generations and the base. I think we are going to see a rise in the Tea Party again, and in constitutionalists, and in it's not about white nationalists. It's about people I'm seeing it every day. Republicans are saying they can't vote for this anymore. They'll never vote Democrat, but you have to earn my vote. And when they say they have to earn their vote, then you look in the comments and people are like, I'm a constitutionalist. This is crazy. Where are my taxes? Like, this is not accountability. I didn't sign up for this. We are going to have a huge issue at midterms, and they can talk about the economy, but truly the mega base, they must forget, because what happened is his first term, he brought the blue collar and middle America into this, not the country clubbers. These are people that have hard working jobs that are really tired. They're tired of working and not seeing anything. And then now they're sitting here saying, hey, throw money in Trump accounts. These people can't even afford to pay their groceries.
Right.
Like they can't afford to pay their groceries. And they're talking about how great the stock market is. A lot of blue collar people, they may have like stock or like their life insurance, but they don't trade stocks, you guys. These people will live paycheck to paycheck. The base is hurting, and running on economy and running on how great the NASDAQ is, it's not going to do anything, because that is not the answer to what the base is. And on top of that, then you also have the base divided, and no one wants to own up to why the base is divided, because it's this like controversial topic to talk about another country.
So do you think for the sake of unity, we should all just kind of rally around Israel, since that was our default setting, right? For all the conservatives.
I think
do you think we should do that? Or should we just keep on, uncovering the truth about Epstein file?
Should be uncovered. If we lose midterms, let it be a wake-up call for 2028, because I personally, there's certain people who are being front-run, and if those people are who's behind those people, will say a lot about them. And I don't know if I want that for the future of my country, our children, our grandchildren. 2028 is going to be a huge election, and midterms is the down payment. And if they don't want to see that, and they don't want to get honest and like actually show up and be accountable, then nobody's going to show up to vote.
But there's this so-called new MAGA, there's no leader there. Thomas Massey, he is a new leader, I think.
Thomas Massey and Rand Paul.
Well, Thomas Massey said he's not going to run for president in 2028. He said he's not going to. He knows that he said he can't win, so he's not going to.
Well, I think there's going to be. It doesn't matter. I think there's going to be a rise in that Tea Party, where you see libertarians, you see people like Rand Paul's dad. He ran even though he wouldn't win. He knew to run. I mean, all of these people. We're going to see a rise in those people, and we're going to start seeing. There's also a couple years. We still have 2 years till 2028. I mean, I think we're going to continue to see the base more divided, because I think we're going to continue to uncover things. And Kash Patel went on Dan Bongino. Who didn't call that? Like, I don't care what. Like, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. As if we all didn't know that was going to be his mouthpiece.
Right.
I mean, they should have just said that this is very difficult, rather than, treating all the conservatives like conspiracy theorists. Like,
maybe Dan shouldn't have came out and started right off the rip, just ripping people apart because they're black pilled. It's like, bro, you led with this for so damn long, bro. We rode with you on this. And then nothing.
We should give a lot of credit to Alex Jones too. I think it was Alex Jones who was on the forefront about uncovering Pizzagate back in 2016.
Oh, for sure.
Everybody thought he was like 70, 80 million views before he got yanked out of YouTube. So there's these sisters. I know exactly who broke Pizzagate. I think it was these twin sisters, Christian sisters. I think their name was Pettibone sisters. They're novelists, and they were kind of going through all the WikiLeaks emails, and they were the one who talked about these pizza code, and we got to know all this. And I guess a lot of people that I've been talking with have the question they ask is, does this mean that Epstein, if Epstein indeed worked exclusively for Israel and Mossad, some people are wondering, is it their culture? Certain countries' culture. Do they behave all like this? Is it just Epstein? Did Epstein take advantage of Israel? Acting. That he was working also for the CIA and also other nations, and he was taking advantage of Israel, and he's just giving Israel a bad name. I don't know.
What about Epstein? People still thinking Epstein's alive, and that they found like, I want to know, Kevin, I'm serious. I like Kevin. I know he's smart. We just have different views on different people, but like, what do you think about the whole thing with that Ian Carroll came out with like them finding, I guess it's like his gamer account, like had like money spent on it and has been active. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about gaming. I was thinking
me either, but I do know that, international pedophiles who work for foreign ops agencies usually don't cover their tracks with their gamer account. That's where they slip up. So I guess we'll see. Like it's shit like that. Like if I have to be sent one more time Ghislaine Maxwell's eyelids are different. I'm going to punch myself in the face. Is it possible that someone looks shittier in prison than they did 15 years ago?
No,
but the nose looks
her.
different. Kevin, the nose looks different. I thought it was conspiracy too.
I know. I can't imagine. And hold on. I mean, that
ain't her, bro.
I'm gonna blow you away with this one. I'm gonna blow you
Days
away.
like these two are gonna get me banned. Madeline's were bad enough.
Sometimes rich people get nose jobs
in prison,
or
but it got bigger.
Or
it can get smaller, but it got bigger, right?
Let's get a picture of ears, because ears definitely don't change. Did they grow?
Yeah. I actually heard that Deion Sanders and Stephen A. Smith are the same person because of the earlobes. Like, I can't, that is where, like, I mean, I'll be honest with you. You guys lost me like 15 minutes ago. But like now I'm out there. Like,
it was when we talked about Israel.
It's just, no, I'm going to tell you why. It frustrates me. And I'm not saying that people don't have a right to question foreign nations. I'm not saying any of that. But when people start bringing up, like, what the hell is that camp in California? When they start bringing up Bohemian Grove and the Rothschilds and the Bilderbergs and the fucking this family, I'm like, okay, cool. What do you want me to do about it? Because I'm solutions based. There is, like, we can just yell about stuff until the end of time and divide the base, or we can actually work to do something productive that stops many people that we know. Because I guarantee you this, people we know, friends of ours, are going to go to jail when the Democrats win the midterms. We've already seen it before, them put people on our side in jail. Now, I'm not saying that Republicans are good. I'm not saying that at all. My Republican member of Congress, if I walk into a room, he gets up and leaves because he's like that afraid of me. I'm not saying they're good. What I'm saying is that there is a difference between kind of shitty and fucking evil. Like, demonically evil. Like, if they retake the Senate, they're going to make Puerto Rico and D.C. a state, and we're never going to win again. No. Ever. We will never win again.
But Republicans right now keep voting with Democrats. I want to remind everyone, we have majority in the Senate, we have majority in Congress, we have the White House, and we're not getting things done. There's a reason. And I just want to say this too, like, I represent people who are sitting in Congress right now, are my clients, people who are sitting in the Senate right now, and I have congressional candidates. I have candidates all over. I'm not sitting here saying I don't want midterms to turn out right. I'm sitting here saying, as the base, there's a reason, and you and I can sit here and say we need to work it out, but does that mean I have to, everything I believe in and everything I've seen now, we're all supposed to just forget? We're all just supposed to let it go until what? Till after midterms? Like, I'm confused.
But, I mean,
that's exactly what they want us to do. They want the news cycles to continue, and they want us to stop talking about it. But like,
just like they did in 2016.
There's people dead. There's children dead. Charlie Kirk died. We're never going to know that. Like, I don't understand. Like,
yeah, but there is nothing that could just to get back to the Charlie Kirk thing. There is nothing that could come out that would satisfy anyone unless what came out supported what they already believed. You want proof of that? When they released all the files on Kennedy, did anyone's mind change?
There was a lot of redaction in its years later.
What I'm saying is that if you thought it was Lee Harvey Oswald, you still believe it. If you thought it was the mafia, you still believe it. If you thought it was the CIA and Allen Dulles, you still believe it.
I think it's more of citizen journalists. It's been a long time of citizen journalists and people like all of ourselves who we all risk every day going on the internet and putting our face out there. It's not like we're hiding behind anonymous names and anonymous accounts. I think, for one, it says a lot about citizen journalists if we do come close to the answer, or we can prove that there's anything else that happened that day. I think it says a lot that the FBI just continues to lie. And also that Republicans, Kash Patel, Trump, they promise transparency. They did. He went on Joe Rogan. They did every podcast and promised transparency. Whether you want to talk about Charlie Kirk, you want to talk about Epstein. It goes on.
Madeline, Trump said that he was fishy about Epstein. To be fair, I mean, I really give a lot of credit still to President Trump. President Trump did say that he's very hesitant about opening up.
Yeah, and look, I'm not sitting here saying Trump should be. He has bigger things to worry about than the Epstein files, and I understand there's a lot of work to do. But what you're gaslighting your base by pretending it doesn't exist. You're gaslighting the base. Cash looking at us and saying we shouldn't ask questions. He knows. He was the person that said we need to put faith back in the justice system. The DOJ has let us down. There's been zero accountability.
True.
I was at the courthouse and literally the FBI was investigating my client, and I had to stand up for my client and say, it sounds like you're building a conspiracy case against my client. Christine Bish, they literally were building a conspiracy case against her. And it's still
the woman pending. The woman with the best campaign slogan in history.
Yeah.
Not to get off topic.
Yeah.
But when I met her, that was the greatest campaign slogan ever.
Bish, please. Yep.
And send a Bish to Congress. Like,
send this
like,
Bish.
yeah, send it. Like, give me, like, help me, support me. Send this.
She
Bish
was
to
wearing
Congress.
I don't know if it was a T-shirt or a pin or something
Yeah.
that said that. And me and Sean Farish were just sitting there and we were like, okay, who are you? And how do I help you? I don't even care what you believe in. I just need. I need
She
that.
was just on Sean Gardner. She's done a ton of investigations
I saw
from
that,
Gavin.
yeah.
No, this
Yeah,
3-4
but I'm
years
just
ago.
saying,
And
like,
she knows a
she's
lot
done
about voter fraud issues too.
Yeah, she's done a ton of work. She deserves recognition. Like, she does have a great last name. But the fact is DOJ is now, Todd Blanche was building a case against her and Martin and Pulte instead of investigating Schiff. Our own DOJ is turning on Republican whistleblowers. I'm sorry. That was the beginning of the end for me. The Charlie Kirk's, I mean, like, it continues on, but me being there firsthand experience, like, what am I supposed to say to that? And now we're just supposed to ignore the Epstein files. And obviously, we all can get, the nice thing is, yeah, we all know each other and the personalities, but like, if we never all talked, it's like you would be on, like, one of us would be on, like, Candace's side and would think the other's stupid. The other would think, like, it's really not about sides. We all want the base to win. We all want Republicans to win.
I just think that extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And when people put out things, and I'm particularly talking about Candace here, when they put out things that are either like easily checkable and they get them wrong, or like when they do that, I'm not going to take the serious claims that might be true seriously. Now, the Candace thing,
well, there was a reason Tucker recovered the Butler County stuff because Tucker Carlson and his producers found more information about the killer.
That was weird.
Yeah.
So
that's all I'm going to say is this: like, the FBI wants to not bring up things. They keep saying that, like, this is the person that did it, but there's a lot of other stuff and blurred lines. And the facts are, whether you want to say Tucker does it or some mom sleuth on the internet, people are upset. Then you have people with AI saying jobs are going to be replaced, jobs reports are like, there are so many things that Americans are just upset about. And then for everybody to just be called, like, continue to be gaslit, it's not working for us. It's not working. And then all of us are just being called down to go party at Mar-a-Lago. Like, yeah, it's great. It's fun. I love seeing everybody. But, like, the facts are...
time out. When do you get invited to Mar-a-Lago?
And
why haven't you brought me? What kind of shit? I'm stuck up here. It's 9 fucking degrees outside. Bring me to Palm Beach. You bring me to Palm Beach and I'll buy you one of those $57 gin and tonics at the Breakers.
It's a deal. It's a deal. I have 2 events coming up that I'm on the list for.
Jay, I do have to jump. I got to record an hour for tomorrow. I totally forgot, but it was good seeing you all, Madeline.
I require a date. There's a date, Kevin.
I do support that we should vote for Republican no matter what. I do think that, if the MAGA agenda, I mean, if the Republican side loses, I think they're going to impeach him. So we got to block that.
Kevin,
I agree with you on that, Kevin.
Before you go, man.
What?
Promote your stuff before you go.
I'm live every day at 3 p.m. Rumble.com/LFATV. where you can get more of my humor and not that was, I want to be clear. That 20 minutes was the longest I have ever gone silent in my entire life. I'm 36 years old, and Madeline found a way to shut me up.
I have that effect on people.
I promise you.
See, I roll with me all the time.
I'll text you later. Don't worry about that invite. But yeah. So thanks, Jay.
Hey,
have a go, Mike. It was good meeting you.
Thank you,
Maddie. You scared the shit out of me. I'll see you guys later.
I hate that.
Appreciate you.
Okay, but I love you, Kevin. I'm going to say it right now so it doesn't sound like I'm talking shit. I hope you catch it. That is a problem, though. Like, why we're all conservatives. I actually love Kevin, but like, it's almost like people go quiet. Like, all of these people who actually matter, who have voices, who talk to people in Congress, like Kevin just froze up. Like, he'll just stop talking. I get on these podcasts. Jay lets me go. Angela will let me go sometimes. But like, I don't understand why I get it. Fox has like advertisers and people we have to be careful with, but like, why are we out here talking if we're not allowed, if like people are going to go quiet like that? Like, what is he so scared of?
I mean, but ultimately, I do agree with Kevin's point, though.
I'm lost.
Well, I mean, part of it's showing a unified.
I can't hear them.
Can you hear me? You good?
I can't hear you guys.
Well,
just drop.
Can I hear you guys? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
You hear us now?
I can hear you. I can't hear Mike.
Me? You can?
Yeah, I can't hear him. Can you hear?
Yeah, we can hear him.
Jay, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, just here.
I can hear you.
I'll recycle you, Madeline. Let me try and remove you and can bring you back.
What about now?
Can you hear me, Madeline?
I hear you.
How about me? Can you hear me, Madeline?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Don't hear Jay. All right. We'll be
you
back.
Can't hear me?
Yeah, just drop out and come back in.
Kevin said it's Masad.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin.
Well, I mean, I made the posts about the Leering centers or whatever today, and a lot of conservatives were mad about me making that or whatever, but the thing is like we have to keep talking about these things, otherwise they disappear. They may have done something about it, or they may have done a lot of conservative accounts came at me, and I asked the question. I was like, if a Democrat wins in 2028, what happens to these investigations? And they're like, well, they go away. Well, that's exactly my fucking point. You have to jump on these right now. We are on a limited amount of time. If you do not do something, then it's gone.
And then it'll be right back to what they were doing.
Yeah, and it's just,
and we can't even talk like this anymore, right? Banned on YouTube.
I don't want to get mad at them. I don't want to get mad at them because I understand their point, like showing a unified front. But the reason why they say that is because we're up against an enemy that will show up unified. People are like, well, if AOC runs or whatever, she's going to look like an idiot. It doesn't matter what she looks like. Democrats are going to show up for her. About 70 million people are going to show up and vote for her, regardless of how stupid she is. It doesn't freaking matter. And so if we, we have to, there has to be some show of force. We have to be together on some things, regardless of, how divided we are on other things. It's because this gets a lot worse.
It was like this before Charlie got killed. It was like that before. We just weren't out in the public about it. I had friends that always did, like, we were still conservative. Like, I didn't like Massey. I didn't like Margie Taylor Greene. They did. Like, it's always been there. But for some reason, now, ever since Charlie Kirk was assassinated, now it's just the biggest thing. Like, we've always had our different points of views, but we all still wanted the same daggum thing. That's still the thing. So why can we not do what we did just because we don't have Charlie here? It's our turn.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the problem is because Charlie started doubting a lot of things. Charlie started asking questions.
He's the one that turned my eyes to what
already kind of started off when
Susie Wiles is a huge
he told Tucker Carlson to go Max on the stage, right? And he wanted to talk about these issues because it was in his heart, and that's why a lot of people are suspicious about that particular nation, or were they behind? I hope not. I hope not. I really wish that it's a Tyler Robinson, a lone wolf situation. But
I think everybody wants that, bro. I think everybody wants it to be that cut and dry, but it's not.
Tomorrow, I hope you say it. Like, this is a fact. I like triple checked it because I was like adamant about saying it somewhere online and maybe on national news, but they said 5 people's DNA is on the weapon. How do you have somebody in custody and they have him for penalty for like to have him killed. Tyler Robinson could go down as death penalty. Meanwhile, there's 5 people's DNA on it. That make sense. That's crazy. And the parents there's 2 girls apparently they're covering it who actually got in a sit down with the parents, and it's all over TikTok from what I've heard, and then it got removed and then it was back on. But these 2 girls got to sit down with the parents, and they said the parents do not believe their son killed Charlie Kirk.
Well,
yeah. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be like, I'm not the Candace Owens person. Like, I've never even been like, I don't have like Candace Owens merch. Like, I'm not one of those mom sleuths.
I'm not either.
Like, that's not it. It's more of, I keep finding this common denominator with Israel. I keep finding that there's this problem where they keep popping up in everything. And it's like,
everything.
I don't understand like why we're supposed to just keep talking about it. And I honestly think what we're doing in Gaza, like, I'm not a Democrat. I don't support what we're doing in Gaza. We're killing kids. We're killing families. They're saying the most people that have died and that have been hurt in Gaza are women and children. Like, it is a fact.
More than 20,000 children died, I think.
Yeah. I mean, and then we're going to just like Jared Kushner's going to get up on like the World Economic Stage and like show a resort. Like, who's gonna go over there for like, it's like acting like it's the Bahamas,
bro? I do not like Jared Kushner. That kid, there's something about him. There's something about him I don't trust.
Yeah, a lot of MAGA people don't like him. I think they like Trump, but it's not like they like Jared Kushner.
Excuse me, the Kushners were hardcore Democrats. They were hardcore Democrats. His brother who is married to Carly Claus hates Trump. They won't come near the whole thing. But at the end of the day, Trump is getting older. Barron is his favorite son, and Ivanka's the apple of his eye, always has been. And I think Jared goes hand in hand with Ivanka. She converted to Judaism for Jared. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to be said there. Like, Lutnick, I mean, there's so much there. I just want to say, like, Tucker Carlson's gone back into the 9/11 files. Like, we all know 9/11 was not real. Like, we know our government played a hand in that. Now, people did research. Lutnick always said he was dropping off his kid at the first day of school, and now they're saying Lutnick's kid's first day of school was like a week prior. Like, I mean, like, at what point? Like, I sit there and I think about all the widows and the children that don't know what happened to their mom or their father, like, that day. That's heartbreaking to me. Like,
it's so sad how we're just so disposable. Like, they can wipe out thousands of people, and it's just don't care. But then they want to get in front of your face and be like, "We care."
And I have a 4-year-old
it's exactly like that. It feels like we're, people are just disposable, and they don't.
Oh, we are.
If you look at the Epstein files, they think we're goyim. If unless you're like a Jewish, we're goyim and we're second-class citizen. And they wanted to get rid of all the poor people too, right? They said that, right? With Bill Gates and Epstein saying that how can we get rid of all the poor people as a whole? So they really don't see us as human beings, in my view, and something disposable. I don't know who they is, but somehow some entity do feel that way, and I think, it's a very difficult topic. It really is. I really think that
makes you really question the Soviet Union. Makes you really question like World War II. I mean, there's already been a lot of history. I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. I don't want to be a crackpot.
The Rothschilds protected Hitler or something during World War I, according to the Epstein files, right?
I mean, you said it on me. Like, I've said enough on here. Kevin left white as can be. Like, I'm out of here. Madeline, done.
My account's gonna get banned.
I mean,
it does scare me though for you guys. Like that's one of the reasons I think I can't go on TikTok.
Yeah, all the Zionists. So most of my friends are Zionists too, but they're questioning themselves about their Christianity. You know, because a lot of Christian churches, Protestant churches have Israel flag with an American flag. And that's how we are trained to devote to, you know, Israel cause and stuff. But now people are doubting it because of not just the Epstein files. People were doubting little by little with the October 7th. You know, Charlie Kirk himself also doubted it. You know, how could the IDF let this happen in the first place? That this is not, unless they allowed this to happen, you know, this was impossible. And I think we want it. But I always tell people who talk about this, I criticize Candace too, because she doesn't see the good side of what Trump did. You know, he did seal the borders, the southern borders. So 7-8 months in a row, there's nobody crossing over here. And he did drop the murder rate, the lowest point in 125 years. So just by that alone, he's doing so great. And, you know, encouraging fossil fuel, getting rid of the climate change hoax. So I'm saying to myself, if Trump asked us, if President Trump, I hope he has a press conference and talk about this Israel issue and say, I know you guys have doubts about it, but we're allies. We shouldn't forget about it. I mean, and then if there's issues, we talk about it. It's not like I can't talk about it, but before the midterm election, we should reunite. You know, he has to meet. I do think that it's a time where he needs to make this unifying message. It's about Israel. We talk about Israel all the time. Come on.
That's because Susie Wiles ran Netanyahu's campaign. Like Susie Wiles, I work for, like, she's a PR master. Anybody in PR and in strategic, like PR communications, should work for her. I can tell you, she's like the Corella DeVille though, and she's running the White House. None of the endorsements coming out match up what the people on the ground say. Like everybody that's on the ground in North Carolina for Don Brown, they just literally endorse Whatley, who's been a disaster rhino, and every North Carolina is like freaking out about it. Yeah. It's insane what's been going on at the White House with endorsements. And here's the other hot take. I don't understand why we're still letting Mark Levin and Ben Shapiro into the White House, because I have somebody that was trying to get targeted that has always supported Trump, and we're having issues because I guess the White House was told that at one point they liked DeSantis, which is not true. And meanwhile, Shapiro just came out last week and said, if 2028 election was tomorrow, I would vote for DeSantis. They always, all of the Jewish people last time, yes, it's on, like, last time, if you recall, they all backed DeSantis until like I think it was the Iowa caucuses where he just, like, it was clear he was bombing it. He was done. President Trump had won. It was, I think around that time was like the Butler, what happened with Butler, and they were getting that was when RFK came into the play. He knew it was a done deal, and I mean, No, they all were backing DeSantis up until the Iowa caucuses.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't DeSantis very pro-Israel too?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that. Yes, but my point is like,
so there's no alternative, right?
If anybody else in Congress or on the news was pro DeSantis over the pro Trump pick, like if Trump wants Vance or Trump wants Rubio, whoever Trump wants, you have to back for Trump to approve. Yeah. If any of us said that, you would never be allowed back on the White House, like in the White House again. But Shapiro, Levin, all these people can support DeSantis and then still go hug Trump and act like kumbaya. I don't understand it. There's one common denominator. And until it's going to take, I think, a lot. And I think I think the base is going to stay divided until, and you know who it is. Like we all know that everyone can continue to try to play this fine line, but we're seeing it every day. You know, you and I both like Laura. We've both worked with Laura, Michael, but we know we're Loomer. We know her alliance, right? We know her allegiance to certain places. Mm-hmm. We know Kevin knows and everyone knows Kevin's going to support TPUSA. Yeah. He's going to support certain parties. I'm going to support certain parties. Like we can all support and be Republican, but at the end of the day, there's going to be people who want to continue to like let it go. And then there's people that are going to say no. And I'm on the ground. I'm seeing American families tired and all these lies are not helping. Like, I think a big part of it is seeing who, if you live actually, or you go through middle of America, you go through the South, you see all these people who are working blue collar jobs. Like, I see it. Like, I see both sides of it. And maybe they need to go back on the road because people are tired and they're not happy.
Yeah, I think it was the Epstein files that brought this division. If it wasn't for the Epstein files, it wasn't. But Epstein files opened this. It was a Pandora box, and you can't put it back in. I agree with you, Madeline. The conservatives that I know of, they're not gonna let this go. They talk about Epstein all the time. They talk about Charlie Kirk death all the time. All the things that we talk about, my friends are all talking about it. So you can, but I feel like we need to still support President Trump. Because I feel like he really went through all this crazy shit, right? He almost died. Look at all the things that he overcame. So I think we do owe him like this huge amount of gratitude. Look at, because of him, we stopped the transgender, what is it, puberty blocker and all those crazy, nonsense. So there's
I'm not saying this administration hasn't done great things. I love
Trump.
Absolutely. Like, I love Trump. I was on the transitional team, like tier 1. It's not that I don't love Trump and I love what his family stands for. I want to make that very clear. I've tried to make that clear before. It's more of like, I think that we have a problem in our base. And when I'm on the ground and I'm dealing with candidates, we just have a problem across the board. I just want to know, so what do you think, what do you guys think of Trump saying like he likes Bill Clinton and Bill Clinton shouldn't have to testify before oversight?
I didn't like it.
No,
I think
I'm sorry. I know there's just too much about the Clintons and their foundation, and just no. That's one no.
Yeah. Did you guys read that? I don't even talk about it on my show, but President Trump is mentioned a whole lot in the Epstein files. You know that, right? And there's this document that I really don't even want to mention it, but it's very negative. And I'm wondering, because of those things, that Trump doesn't want Bill Clinton to testify, then it would lead back to him as well, even though I don't believe that document at all. But that one kind of, I don't think Trump in a very negative light.
I don't think Trump honestly cares. I think Trump is sick of talking about something that he wasn't involved in. He is sick of being drugged into this because his name is in there or whatever. I don't think he had anything to do with anything nefarious going on at Epstein or whatever. I don't believe that. Otherwise I wouldn't support him. And so he's sick and tired of answering for this thing. The only reason we got the Epstein files is because of Trump. If Kamala Harris won, there's no fucking way that they would have never released anything that they released. It would have been buried.
Actually, President Trump, he couldn't block it. He couldn't block it because it was overwhelming on the House and the Senate side.
He fully intended to release it. He ran. I went to his campaigns. He said he was going to release it. The thing is once they get in there, they overpromised a little bit, and they. It's not like he knew what was in there before he was promising to release this. It's not they didn't know exactly what was in there, what was still going to be left, or whatever the case may be. And so they overpromised a little bit, and they got scared. They honestly
got the content. Jay, in my view, I feel like they did not know the content. The content is horrendous. It's about raping child. It's about what is it? Cannibalism. What does the beef jerky mean? What does beef jerky mean? To me, it looks like they kill babies and eat babies. I mean, that's how I view it, And President Trump, and that's what it is, And of course, this is all we should, in all honesty, people just, the left, the far left, they go out and they riot about the Minnesota, Somali issue, the ICE issue, and George Floyd. We should all be on the streets, in all honesty, and then ask for what the heck is going on in this country. There's kids buried, supposedly, according to the Epstein file, there's kids buried in, what is it, Zorro Ranch? Is it in Arizona? Right?
Who owns that place now?
Yeah, there's kids buried there. The email said that. And how come there's no, that's where, Madeline, I understand. There's no consequences for these people. It's like they are in this special elite, powerful pedophile group, elite group that are untouchable. It seems like
I'll let Patty answer this one. I mean, because Jay, I disagree. I think he ran on wanting to release it, But once they got in, he did not want that release. They called it a hoax. He has tried avoiding it all along. Like, I love Trump. I support him. I'm scared because I do have to go to the White House soon, and I'm sure it's going to be a bloodbath for me, and I'm going to be questioned on certain things. I may get kicked out at this point. But, like, I'm curious what her take is. Like, do you really think Trump wanted this out? Because I don't believe Trump wanted this out. If Massey wouldn't have pushed, let's be real, if they wouldn't have primaried Massey, he wouldn't have used it and spent the money to release the files, right? Because all the people that didn't want it out were the people responsible for primary Massey, right? So he was like, you know what? I'm going to take, this is a great thing for me to run on then, because America wants this out. So then he spent money to have it, to run on, and ran on it. It's done him a lot of good, and it's done America a lot of good, because now we have it. But why did they have to take it to the Supreme Court and get all these rulings on it if Trump was just like, yeah, it's coming out? What do you think? I mean, you're the guest on the show. You should tell us, like, do you really think, like, I mean, do you think, like, Trump really wanted it out? Because in my opinion, he called it a hoax and wanted to avoid it at all costs.
Well, I mean, they keep telling us that to move on from it. Yeah. Now that it's out, and now people are questioning things that they wanted unredacted, because that's what you led with. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't it say complete and full unredacted files? But yet we get nothing but black page after black page after, like, I think it was a good talking point because he knew that's what people wanted. Yep. And then he was like, maybe when I get in there, I'll do so much other stuff that they'll just forget about it.
Or certain donors don't want, I mean, let's be real. There's a lot of donors and people that did not want that to come out.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, Lutnick is one of his best friends. Lutnick is like one of his right-hand man, and he's in it.
Lutnick is such...
Yeah, Trump said that too.
Look at what it's led to for Lutnick. Now people are questioning if he was, like, if he knew about 9/11. I mean, really, truly, this was a disaster for this administration.
Absolutely.
And PBD podcast, like, PBD will ask his, and he will, like, he never says anything bad about Trump, ever. And even he said they need to stop lying, denying, and shaming the people. When I saw PBD post that, I was like, okay, Trump. Like,
that says something.
That says something, because he will never, ever go against Trump. And he wants war with Iran, and he's always Team Israel. So, like, that's.
But I understand his point, though, because he lived in Iran, right? And he didn't like the suppression. Yeah. So I'm with him on that, you know, because I understand as me coming from South Korea, you know, that they want some kind of intervention. Right now, South Korean conservatives really desperately want America's intervention, by the way, regarding the voter fraud issue. So I agree with Petty. I do think President Trump really did not want this to come out, because I read it. It's not good for Trump. I'm telling you, some of the contents, it's really bad, right?
Yeah.
So if I was Trump, I wouldn't have wanted this released too. So I understand it. What I was really, you know, I'm dumbfounded about this. They didn't redact President Trump, but who are the ones they did redact? These people might be even more powerful than President Trump. That's how I see it. You know, you don't redact the United States president, but you redact all these fishy people when you talk about killing people, you know.
Petty, do you remember Limited 2? Like, growing up, like, going to...
Oh, absolutely.
Like, Lex Wagner.
Hollister, Abercrombie, and Fitch. I always
talk about, like, what happened to Limited 2 now that I have a little girl. And, like, those were conversations at the pool last summer. We were, like, laughing about things at Limited 2. And now, here we are, fast forward, I'm like, thank God it's gone. Like, I laugh.
Right?
I don't want it back. Like, never.
There's so much stuff. Like, just with, like, the Nickelodeon shows back when we were kids, like the Tomb Raider, was it the Tomb Raider show where it had the big, like, talking head and stuff, and the kids would do, like, the obstacles, and apparently that was big involved in it. And then you had Nickelodeon, you had, I mean, Amanda Bynes, you had all of that. And it's just like looking back, and
Disney.
Yeah, Disney, like, you know, I heard a little bit about it when I was, like, younger, of, you know, oh, there's explicit things in these videos. Yeah. And then now, fast forward to now, and then, you know, oh, look.
Have you ever watched a movie and, like, from when you watched it as a kid, you didn't understand, like, a joke, and now you watch it and you're like,
oh my God.
What? Yeah, you're like, wait, I used to say that. Should never have said that.
Oh yeah, and then like what was the other thing? It just slipped my mind. Oh, I hate when that. Oh, McDonald's. For the longest time, people were always talking about McDonald's. You know, the meat. Blah, blah,
About the
blah.
meat, how unlimited it is, right?
Yeah, and then like every now and then somebody would like find a tooth or something in their food, and they were like, and then now all this has come out, and it's like, great.
Yeah.
Love this for all of us.
You want something to blow your mind or whatever. The Biggie Smalls video. I love it when you call me Big Papa. Or
yes.
He's hooking up with a transgender prostitute.
Oh, is that what it is?
How did that slip by us? I was in high school when that was out. And
Biggie rapped a song about that?
How did I miss that piece?
Because it wasn't part of our normal society then. It wasn't in our faces. Like we
Watch
like honestly,
Watch the video. It's all like you're.
Well, now that we know what they look like and everything, because back, it wasn't in our faces like that, and we weren't really like looking at somebody that way. You know what I mean? But now that it's everywhere, and you're always questioning everybody.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like,
but I'll go watch it again.
I almost want to play it on here, but then I'll get flagged for copyrighted music or whatever. But
I'm gonna check it out afterwards.
Am I gonna have to wash my eyeballs?
Notorious B.I.G. song?
Well, what's that?
Was that a Notorious B.I.G. song?
Yeah.
I love it when you call me Big.
Yeah, it's like it was. I was in high school when
when we used to like go to the skating ring and jam to that song.
Yeah.
And then look at it now, and it's like
the roller dome.
Yeah, I mean, transgender has been around. Yeah, it's been around. It's been around since the dawn of time. But the thing is,
back in the day, didn't we call them like transvestites?
It wasn't on. We didn't have these things to constantly be in our face.
Right. And kids weren't exposed to it too as much.
We were too busy being locked out of the freaking house and couldn't come home until the light turned on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like.
Mm-hmm. Petty, we've been going at it for an hour and a half. I just want to make sure we're being respectful of your time tonight. So
I might have to jump off here in like a few minutes, but
okay, that's cool. Yeah. So talk to us. I've never watched your show. You got a show too, right?
I just started it. So I started my podcast. It's the Petty Crocker Show. I'm going to be on Rumble and Spotify, and I think we're putting it on Apple too. But it's going to be like I'm doing recordings at first and then dropping them. I'm doing my first like actual like one this Saturday, recording it. So I'll be dropping it next week.
Nice. Not on TikTok though?
No, I just use TikTok as an editing platform anymore. I mean, I'll post it on there, but I've lost all interest in TikTok just because of just how much community guidelines and just everything. It's exhausting.
Oh, okay. So TikTok really changed. I thought it
did. When they sold it and
to the Ellison, right?
Yeah. It's gone downhill.
It's just like Temu. Like I'm literally so tired of when I get on it. All I see is like some woman trying to sell me something I could go to the dollar store and buy. I'm like, I'm
exactly
solid on that. Like, no.
Like I couldn't tell you the last time I got on TikTok and sat there and scrolled.
Oh, okay. Honestly. So is it Rumble and X that's the most free at this point?
Yeah.
Rumble and X.
I mean,
I don't know. X, there's something weird that happened last week. Go look at like my content got flagged. I sent it to Jay. I was
you did say that.
Owen Schroyer was, and then my friend and James Fishback. Everybody and all of us. It was all within the 24 hours, and all of us had one thing in common. We all had said something about something that had happened in the media that day, and it all had to do with like is something like controversial. But nothing like crazy. It was nothing over the top. At least not mine wasn't. But I got flagged.
I got told on the night of on Friday the 13th, that night going into Valentine's Day, I got told that both platforms, Puddin and Petty Crocker, got flagged on a search, Israel and Afghanistan. And when I talk about search, I'm talking about like the thing was off the charts of how many people were looking me up in those two countries within 24 hours.
Oh,
it was weird.
From Israel and where?
Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
I go hard on Islam. So
wait,
Okay.
then can I real quick ask you a question since you're here before you have to go? What do you think about the fact that we spent the first year of this administration making sure all of the Israeli hostages were returned, but we still have American soldiers and hostages, and the Taliban have them as hostages right now? We know for sure there's 3 confirmed.
Because, I mean, look where we're at now with that country.
Yeah.
So somebody made a sweetheart deal, and we're not going to go after the rest because that's not what somebody says. I think it's too the waters are very yes.
Well, the other thing is too that's frustrating for me. I'm not sure about the hostages or whatever. I would assume that there may be interpreters or somebody that worked with us or something like that they may have, and they knew that was going to happen too when they left there or whatever, which is why a lot of us were vocal about it, and there was some, like Tim Kennedy, there were some people that were going in there and trying to get these people out of there. Same with the dogs. They left the contractor dogs there too. Like I've spent 2 years of my life in that country, so I know exactly what was going to happen. But the other thing, the thing that's most frustrating to me is we're still sending them money. Like, why are we sending them money?
Exactly.
What are
we
we
sending
getting
to
from that?
Afghanistan?
What's that?
How much are we sending to Afghanistan per year?
Millions.
It's like billions.
Yeah,
It's
millions
40
every
million a
week,
week.
billions a month. Yeah.
40 million a week, I think, is what
Yeah.
that's the kind of the consensus on the number. It's probably more than that, but like, why can't we turn that off? We're a year in. Why haven't we looked at turning that off?
Can I put a conspiracy out there?
Go for it.
Let me put a conspiracy out there. So I'm sure everybody saw that video that was going around on X of that kid that found the Pritzker email back from 2011 in Afghanistan, Boys with Toys, right?
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
Do you think that they could possibly be paying these people for their extracurricular activities?
I have no idea. But I've never even thought about that. Like, my head never went down that rabbit hole.
So why we were in Afghanistan for how long?
Over 20 years.
Okay. And I'm sure, were you in the military, Jay?
Yeah, I did 20 years.
So I'm sure you heard of some stories.
No, I saw it. Like, we actually, so I was medevac, and we actually, like, well, I mean, I've spent 2 years in Iraq. I spent 2 years in Afghanistan, and then I lived in Saudi Arabia too.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of things in concerning that. And so, like, that's not even really conspiracy. Like the Bakabazi, like that stuff's real. And like, we even I was on a medevac mission, and we picked up 2 police officers that had shot each other or whatever, because these were Afghan police officers. Well, anyways, they shot each other because they were arguing over who was gonna rape a kid or whatever. And like, this was like a real thing. And for us, it's like, man, are we really picking, like, what are we doing here? Like, why are we picking these guys up? But the thing is like, we pick up the good guys, we pick up the bad guys. Like, we even pick up like Taliban or whatever. And like, it's just the way America is. We're always going to be the good guys or whatever. Like, we pick up everybody or whatever. And, it's just, the rules we live
That's
under.
our own country. We have crazy.
Well, I mean, we Americans take priority over there too. Like, if we were doing a medevac mission or whatever, Americans definitely take priority over foreign nationals or whatever. But the thing is like, it's just kind of gross, picking up somebody for that reason or whatever, and that's why they shot each other. It's just, I don't know, it's disgusting. But it's some of the stuff you see over there. It's a different.
I think if you pay attention, and this is just my opinion, right? Just what happened in Afghanistan, how long we were there, stuff's coming out about them making those comments about, the little boys over in Afghanistan and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay. Then I start thinking, what other country are they hard up about talking about, like the Democrats and Hillary and all Ukraine. So it's like, and somebody even said, with war comes bodies and orphans, body parts and orphans. Yeah. What else way do they like? It just knowing what these people do, to now looking at the political theater that's always there, the war and everything, and then all these kids that go missing, and it's just, you can't help but try to be like, does that connect? Is this war because they're trying to distract everybody to kids?
Ukraine should have been a parking lot a long time ago. Like, I went on Vox and said that. I got a lot of death threats on that one. I mean, we just spent way too much money over there at the end of the day. And now for what? And Russia's been willing to make a peace deal. It's Zelensky that won't. And what is Zelensky? He claims he's Jewish. I'm confused. Like, CIA flipped him and put him in there. Like, it's like, why are we paying all this money to Ukraine? Yeah. Why all their rich people, and you go overseas to St. Bart's and you see all these Ukraine, they're all out to brunch for like spending thousands of dollars on brunch and like driving these flashy cars. They all got away with all of our money and they're all partying. The only people left are the people who are poor and are fighting for their like land. Mm-hmm. It's
how many
so
people died?
crazy.
You don't even know how many people died, right? The Russia war.
And we also don't know where any of our money is. There's no proof. They've never done an audit. We just know billions of dollars have been spent over there. And Tulsi Gabbard has lit the flag on, or like kind of let everyone know that there's some big bio lab or something that we should all be afraid of. Thanks.
Tim Scott said that all that money will be brought back to America because it will go to the weaponry for like Lockheed Martin, Boeing, all these, military industrial complex companies. So he said, we don't need to worry about it. But I do think that Ukraine-Russia war did happen because of the Democrat Party. It happened under, I think, Obama, 2014. I think I mentioned it before. The Euromaidan revolution brought down the pro-Russia government there. That's when the whole mess started in Ukraine. And America, I mean,
Boone's been kind of right. You want to talk about conspiracy theorists? Boone's been kind of right on a lot of stuff. And honestly, just saying.
Didn't he just say that if anybody has a certain family's bloodline and lineage and they were in his country, he is extraditing them out of his country and they are no longer allowed to come into his country, and their name starts with an R? I don't think that people are really truthfully cognitively ready to really grasp and understand how much all of this is connected and how deep this goes.
I think so.
And I'm not even saying like before the people start coming, oh my gosh, she's saying Trump. I'm just saying you got celebrities, you got elites, there's 100 families that are just money hand over fist. Like, it goes deeper than who we're seeing right now.
Yeah. So. And I mean, Kevin said that there's going to be, even though we talk about it, what kind of difference would it make? But I do think that if we don't talk, how can we not talk about it, right? This is about like kids.
It's huge. We always are screaming about protecting kids.
Yeah.
Why do they want to censor us? Like, here's the thing. We all said like the Republicans are like, we should never censor. Now TikTok, like we Republicans apparently buy TikTok and we are not allowed to talk about anything that we want to talk about. Nope. Like, I'm sorry. If we're gonna get censored on a topic, that makes me want to talk about it more. Find me the platform.
Yeah.
Give me the highest point.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this
exactly.
meme was really funny. Ava Petrucci, she said, Americans in 1775, we were not allowed to criticize Great Britain. We had to pay taxes to Great Britain. It says $850,000 annually. Must send soldiers to fight wars for Great Britain. But Americans in 2026 not allowed to criticize that particular
Israel.
Must
we have a
pay
welfare
taxes
state.
must pay taxes to what is it, 1.8, is it 1.8 billion dollars annually to that particular country, must send soldiers to fight wars for that particular
Did
country.
he just send over some soldiers to fight for that particular country?
What do you mean? In the last month, we've given them $6.5 billion in arms, and then they put no other country. It says no other country in the bill. We gave them another 3.3 in grant money. Why are we get? Why are we?
And they're a very rich country. They have
some grant money.
Everybody has insurance there, health insurance.
I mean, they sat out here and said that they were going to give all of us money from the Doge, and we ain't going to get it, and because they're sending it over there.
And honestly, we could, if we really wanted to get controversial. I love Trump and I love this administration enough to not go down this road. A lot of people filing their taxes are learning the big beautiful bill was not as beautiful as they like to say, and we're going to see a lot of people between now and April TikToks about taxes, certain things. I'm not gonna go there, but I'm all right because I get the forms for a lot of my clients. I get forwarded forms from people in Congress and from people like for how to handle the messaging, right? And so what I'm gonna tell you is we're getting forms on. I filed my taxes. The big beautiful bill was full of shit. Like this is what I was supposed. Like they all say like my taxes were like my tax return was cut in half. This was. Tax on tips is bullshit. It was only up until this.
All the time.
I'm only saying what I'm seeing based on I've got congressional candidates. I've got people sitting in Congress right now. And then they come to me and they say, well, what do we do? Or what's the messaging? And so I'm like, well, did you vote on the big, beautiful bill? If you go, are you going to vote on big bills if you're for small government? There's certain things we need to discuss.
I also what I don't like either, particularly about Israel and Netanyahu, is the fact that he came out and he's like, we need to control their First Amendment.
Yeah,
he wants to control our speech.
Our First Amendment.
Netanyahu came out and said he wants that Americans need to be censored and monitored.
He's crazy guy. I mean, it's just amazing how they just. I mean, of course, I do believe that America is like a colony to Israel. I mean, Israel, they're only like 9 million plus, right? The population-wise, only 9 million plus. They're all fully health insured, and they're very rich. I think their standard of living is better than America, in all honesty. And I think, what are we even doing? I mean, of course, people are angry. We give all these money. More than $300 billion so far, ever since that country came back in 1948. So, I mean,
I think every influencer here in America that wants to tell me I need to support a country and who yells in my comments, I love Laura. Laura is paid, but is definitely paid by members that work with Israel, right? We love her. She does great work, but at the same time, Laura should have to go to the DOJ and file under FARA. Certain people should have to file under FARA. He literally came and talked to it, like influence Emily Austin. All of these people were literally shilling like crazy. Like it was so obvious. It hurt my soul because they weren't even good at like giving me a reason. They're not even Jewish. They're just literally like shilling for it. And I'm like, and then we find out they're getting paid for it. I'm sorry. If you work or being paid by a foreign government, you should have to file. You should have to go to the DOJ and file under FARA. I think we should say the woman running the White House, Susie Wiles, ran Netanyahu's campaign in 2020. Like, I'm sorry. Like, we have this country. We've got to put a stop somewhere. Where? I don't know.
But didn't JFK and RFK got into trouble because that's exactly what they were trying to do, to put that particular country under FARA?
They're dead.
Probably it's better for us to just flat out say, hey, we're just slaves for that particular country. Probably that would be a little bit easier to swallow, right? Rather than just
Peter Thiel, Alex Carr, Palantir, just want to throw this out there. Like all different types of AI, not just Palantir. They are going to be monitoring us, and we're already being monitored and censored on a lot of these platforms. I think Rumble's gonna, because the founder of Rumble is very like hard.
Yes.
I loved his story when before Rumble really like launched hard. He went on Tucker and talked about it. I really loved his story back then. I think he's more of a patriot than a lot of like full-blown Americans here. If anyone doesn't know, he actually is from Canada. Truly, I think it's sad, and I don't know if X is going. We're gonna have an issue with X, because I do know there's a PayPal mafia. We know that Elon runs that. Is friends with a lot of these people. So I don't know. Will Elon stick to the freedom of speech and First Amendment, or will they find a way around that? I don't know, but thank God for Rumble.
Elon also criticized Israel for a while, and then didn't he go to kiss the wall? I mean, not kiss the wall, but he did go to. He went to Israel with Ben Shapiro. Actually, it happened years ago, and
that
then
hurts my soul.
He kind of changed his tune.
Hey Jay, I'm gonna have to jump off here, bro.
Well, yeah, no, I appreciate you coming here tonight. Madeline always takes us in a certain direction.
No, I love it. I was going to tell Madeline, if you ever want, like, you ever seen that Key and Peele episode where he's like sitting there being the president, and then he has the guy behind him saying what he really wants? I'll be that for you, Madeline. Take me where you want, and I'll be like, listen here, bitch.
No, Pizzagate, I thought it went that route. I was like, I didn't know we were like going any route. I just was. Kevin kind of killed it by like fighting with me. Then it just was like game over. We got to go hard. Poor Kevin.
That was the quietest I've ever seen Kevin Smith.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good. But that to me though, like I think Kevin's such a strong conservative, and I think that scares me that like people like all of us should not get quiet. Like he could totally yell back at me. He could, he could fight his fight. But the fact is every time you say these things, our side goes quiet. Like it's either you have nothing to say or you have everything to say. You just want to call bullshit on it.
And then everybody wants to come at you every freaking direction.
And call me anti-Semitic.
Yes.
And I'm like,
look, there's like every freaking nationality, race, whatever. There is the good and there is the bad. And guess what? That bad runs a lot of crap.
Yeah. But Marjorie Taylor Greene said that it's not the Jews that she worries about. It's the Zionist Christians that really goes after her. So I think it's probably not even the Jews. It might be just us.
Well, there's a lot of rabbis that are coming out right now talking a lot about that.
The Jews, like they all were saying, like there was a lot of Orthodox Jews do not agree with Netanyahu at all.
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they are very outspoken about it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a left and right issue even in Israel too. That's what I heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to speak. Yeah.
Well, Petty, thank you. Thank you for coming here. We had almost 10,000 live listeners tonight. So
heck yeah.
Yeah, pretty good. And thank you for coming. Like I said, I've been a fan of your stuff on TikTok for a while now. See you everywhere. Super glad that you were able to come tonight, and I appreciate you, just coming and hanging with us. This is kind of how it goes. It's just kind of like I had kind of a plan, but it just went completely out the window.
Oh, I loved it.
That's all good. It's all good. It's all good. Like that's kind of how Angela's shows are too. Tomorrow we got Chrissy Mayer to comedian Chrissy Mayer. So that should be a good show also. But I appreciate you coming on here tonight.
Yes, sir.
Check her out on TikTok. Check her out on X. Her X account is just blown up. I like you, like Kevin. Before this, we were talking, and Kevin was like, "She needs to teach me. Like, what is she doing? Because your X account went from I always saw you on TikTok or whatever, but then I saw you on X too, and I was like, cool, we followed each other or whatever, and then your account just went bam, you passed me up way quick. So yeah, I
guess people like me yelling at them. I don't know.
No, people like authentic, like somebody who's authentic, somebody who's showing themselves, somebody who speaks their mind, who isn't paid, who is saying exactly that is what people cling to more than anything. And I think that, that's what you got going on. You do your videos or whatever, and you say exactly what you mean. So that's, people like that, and people appreciate it. Whether they agree with you on everything, they're still going to cling to you because you're being your real self.
Absolutely. And that's all I'm ever going to be. Ain't going to be bought and paid for. You can also check me out on Instagram and Facebook too. Same Petty Crocker.
Awesome.
And then be looking for my podcast to drop, the Petty Crocker Show.
Send it to us.
American Honey, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, my American Honey hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wear that sucker out. I have to change it up every now and then. Everybody asks, "Is that your only hat you have?" I'm like, "No." It just says who I am.
You got it going on though. Your profile pitch is awesome. So
thank you, buddy.
Yeah,
it's great.
Well, y'all have a fantastic night. It was an absolute pleasure meeting all of you and having the conversations. And I agree with Madeline on everything she said.
Love her. Hey,
anytime
I'm going to support. Please send us your podcast so we can put it out there everywhere.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Anytime you guys want to do this again, give me a shout.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Petty. Great meeting you.
It was nice meeting you, Michael. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Sorry, Jay.
No, you don't need to be sorry. You don't need to be sorry. It's all good. Like I want you guys to speak your mind and
oh my
say
God, why can't I ever hear anything?
What was the original plan, Jay?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay. I was going to talk about like DOJ stuff and she's been talking a lot about like, you know, holding the people accountable and stuff like that on her. If you go on her TikToks or whatever, like you'll see you know, just
you mean Petty Crocker? Petty?
Yeah, the lack of accountability and stuff like that. So
that is so weird. When every time somebody leaves, it just like I can't hear you guys.
Really?
Yeah. But I'm so sorry, Jay, if I like came in and like.
No, it's all good. It's all good. As long as I don't get banned on one of these platforms, I don't really care. You speak your mind, and you know, we disagree on some things, but we agree on a lot of things. And I do see, you know, it's just I have a different like. I've been like having spent a lot of time in the Middle East, like I just really like don't have a good view of a lot of the places surrounding Israel, and I understand the people that actually live in Israel. I understand what they're going through because they're surrounded by people who want to kill them. So for me, like it's hard to not acknowledge that because I when I went to Israel, they were the nicest people in the world. I'm telling you right now. They would bend over backwards for you. Like it was just, you know, I felt so welcome there and they didn't know who the hell I was. They didn't know why I was there or anything like that. You just go to a bar or whatever and people would just pull up to you and start talking to you. And it was just, they were just the friendliest people in the world. So, but you know, I understand the other pieces too. And
I don't hate people of Israel.
I know. But
I
like,
just want to make that clear just so people don't think I like hate.
Well, no. Yeah. People have a hard time. People have a hard time separating. Yeah. That's why I don't like to talk about it because they don't like when you talk about like APAC or whatever, like it's people have a hard time separating the issues or whatever. So I don't like to touch it because they get it all intertwined. And like I said, these people were really nice to me when I was there. They were really awesome people and they shouldn't have rockets shot at them on a daily basis. When I was there was a rocket attack from Gaza into Israel, and it was blindly fired in there, you know, and I was there while it happened. So anyways, but
it's more about our fault, I think, Americans' fault, because Israel, they're just trying to lobby, right? United States, and they're very excellent at that. And I think it was
we allow them to. So that's I don't want to jump down another rabbit hole, but we allow them. I have an issue with lobbying, period. Okay. I have an issue why our lawmakers aren't drawing up these laws. The lobbyists are. That's a whole other thing. So these lobbyists are the ones actually drawing up these bills and stuff like that, and they just allow it. Like they're not actually writing these bills. The lawmakers are not actually doing these things like they say.
Yeah, it used to be they used to go to the people and say, what can I do to get your support and your vote? And then they would say, well, this is the problems I'm facing. And then the lawmakers would come back and they would draft up the bills. And that's when they would garnish the support. But now it's completely flipped.
They're absolutely not.
Thomas Massey doesn't do that, right, Madeline? Thomas Massey is not the one who does that.
But Massey, how many bills has Massey gotten passed?
Yeah, you're nothing, bro. Even Ron Paul, he had nothing.
But speaking of bills, I promised a friend that I was mention this tonight. So Tammy Nichols, state senator in Idaho, she is pushing a Son of Sam bill, which is actually pretty awesome. Idaho is super based. I have a lot of friends up in Idaho. Went up there, saw old state Mark. He's now running for governor. Mark Fitzpatrick. He's running for governor of Idaho. fantastic people. But Tammy Nichols, she's pushing another bill, Son of Sam bill, and it has to do with the Kohlberger case. You guys familiar with that?
Yes.
So the guy that's stalking, and he ended up allegedly murdering the trying not to get this taken down, murdering the girls or whatever, and
the college kids.
Yep. So that case they're talking about a Netflix series based on that, in which he would profit from. And so Tammy Nichols is trying to make sure that people like that are not able to profit from these type of things. So very, very good. We can learn a lot from Idaho because they're first on a lot of different things. They brought back the firing squad for child predators. They've done some really good things, and they've made ivermectin over the counter, which is another thing. They're doing a lot of great things up in Idaho, and I have a lot of great friends up there. So I just wanted to mention that. Support Tammy Nichols. She's an awesome person. I met her in person, and we can learn a lot from the things that they're doing in Idaho.
They're number one in semiconductor too, right? The chips in Idaho, the chips, they have Micron there, right? The Micron headquarters is Idaho, I believe.
I'm not sure.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
They're
number one.
They also have potatoes.
I heard that actually it came from potato chips. That's what I heard. Like the computer chips came from potato chips, Idaho. I don't know.
There you go. See?
Old State Saloon. Eagle Idaho. That's where Old State Mark, he's running for governor. That's his saloon there in Eagle, Idaho. But super awesome people. But
you better not touch our potatoes. That's all I got to say. Israel, you can have everything else. You better not touch my fucking potatoes. Okay? We use potatoes for alcohol. We use potatoes to eat. Like, don't touch my damn potatoes.
All right. Well, I appreciate you two coming in here tonight. I appreciate you guys. Free-flowing conversation. It was awesome. I really didn't have to do a lot of work, and that's the way it should be. So no, you guys did great. Thank you for coming tonight. Michael, what do you got coming up?
Thank you, Jay. There's a huge judgment that's about to happen in South Korea. Sometimes I talk about South Korean politics. The president who was impeached, the former conservative president, he was impeached and he's standing on trial, and they're trying to put this insurrection a charge against him. He's facing the death penalty right now. Hopefully he gets not guilty charged, but I don't know. Things are not looking good. South Korea, the conservatism is really dying by the minute.
Yeah, same things they were trying to do. Well, it's not really dying though. It's that they're stamping it out with all these these control measures, right? They're doing, because like a lot of Korean I have a lot of Korean subscribers.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
the
spirit is there.
Yeah, they're there. Like, it's just same.
The spirit is there, but the problem is the voter fraud issue.
Yeah,
all they care about is voter fraud. I'm telling you, every single Korean conservative, if you ask them what's the biggest issue, they talk about voter fraud. They systemically just completely got rid of it. They have a similar system as like Smartmatic, the Venezuelan company. So they have this Korean system called Hantel, and they use this system and they just change the numbers. That's how they ate up, the left-wing party ate up more than two-thirds of the parliament. So they can't do anything. So it's like pretty much like a dictatorship there. The new president there is also far left. The parliament too, the system, the judiciary too. So the judges there, like for instance, the constitutional court judges, they used to oversee all these election systems. So they're never gonna admit voter fraud is happening, but because that would open the gates of investigating themselves. So all the conservatives all the ones that I talk with, they always ask me, hey, can America help? Can America intervene? Can America uncover voter fraud here first in the States, and then please make some kind of connection to Korea? Like South Korea is in that kind of desperate situation, because the far left they're very pro CCP. I know, Madeline, you have a little bit of different thought about CCP, right? But a lot of South Korean conservatives, they really do not like CCP, the conservatives.
Oh, I don't like CCP.
Yeah, so South Korean conservatives, they believe that CCP is behind the voter fraud, issue, and the data just doesn't match. You know what I'm saying? The poll number would say that the conservatives have much more votes, but in the actual vote tally, it's always the Democrats winning in certain districts. That's supposed to be a conservative stronghold. So this odd thing is happening all over the place in South Korea. So that's why they feel helpless. You know, if they can be able to manipulate the vote tallies, how can they even have a chance to win? You know, and they think that a lot of South Korean conservatives believe that they cannot win this. They cannot beat the system unless United States intervene. And there's some credence to that argument too, because the far left, they're allied with CCP, so they get tons of help from CCP. Even the voter fraud, election integrity issue, they think that it's because of CCP. They're manipulating the vote tally, vote tabulation. And that's why all they say is, America should do something about this. And Korea is slowly slipping away, being more pro-CCP rather than pro-America. And more than 30,000 American soldiers died in Korea, fighting for that war. And I feel like America has a say to this nation.
Yeah, I mean, we have bases there. We have a lot of my friends, like, throughout my military career or whatever, a lot of people I knew got stationed there, and were working alongside the ROK Army. So, yeah,
things are dire. I mean, it's really bad, and people are going to jail. I'm telling you. J.D. Vance kind of intervened because there was one pastor named Son Yun-bo. He was jailed, but J.D. Vance, Vice President J.D. Vance, invited his son, the pastor's son. His name is Chan Son. He's running. I mean, I think he got invited by CBN. He does a lot of Christian.
Sorry, yeah. I have to run real quick. I have to make a call for California stuff. Love talking to you. I would love to have us to talk about CCP Korea. You know my take on that, Michael. I've talked to you a lot about it. Thank you for having me, Jay. I'm sorry if I went down a direction I shouldn't have. Yeah, you get banned. I owe you a lot.
Yeah.
But, sorry.
Good. Thank you for coming. Follow Madeline.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
All right.
Yeah, Sanjay. Yeah. So you know about the Korean issue that's going on. So all we can do is talk about it on YouTube and X, And they think that I have some kind of connection with President Trump, which I mean, I do have some kind of connection, but it's very limited, though. But.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking the truth, though, it's hard to hide that when we're out there talking it, we're putting it out online. The internet's forever, so that's we're doing them a great service by doing that, because a lot of them probably can't do that. They're not in the same situation. So
Koreans were super excited when the FBI raided Fulton County election office in Georgia. So they were really super excited about that, and even Maduro. I think one of the reasons why America arrested Maduro was because of the voter fraud, election integrity issue. I do think that's one of the main reasons.
I don't disagree there too. And like 300,000 votes in question in Georgia or whatever, that definitely would have changed the outcome. I don't know why they say that wouldn't have changed the outcome.
315,000, right? Those are invalid votes.
They, according to them, Biden won by 12,000 votes. So absolutely it would have changed the outcome of it or whatever. And I don't believe Biden actually won here. So I think that was a fraud. And so
Biden did not get 81 million votes.
Yeah, there's no way. It looks ridiculous. It looks so ridiculous when you put it side by side, like Barack Obama, President Trump, George Bush, whatever. You put it, and then Biden was like the most popular. Get out of here! Like it looks
he's supposedly the most popular politician ever in United States history, right?
Nobody likes Biden, so it's just crazy. But thank you for coming here tonight. I appreciate you. We had 10,000 live viewers now.
Great.
We went at it for almost 2 hours though. I appreciate you, Michael. Tell us where they can find you.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's called 원용석의 진실 정치. It's truth politics, but I talk in Korean in that channel. That's my biggest channel, and I started doing X, 3-4 months ago. So those two are pretty much it. I do have like TikTok and Instagram. It's more Korean language based though.
Yeah, well, follow Mike on those. I do post clips when he's on my show, and
Thanks, Jay.
yeah,
Yeah.
Angela
I try
also.
to promote your channel too on my.
Yeah,
I think a lot of Koreans follow you, Jay.
yeah. Well, I'm happy to have them because they're awesome. They're doing great things, and they're exposing the same type of corruption that we're trying to expose. So, you know, they're patriots in my mind. So good. I love those accounts. They're awesome. So
Yeah.
I
Thank you,
appreciate
Jay.
you coming in here tonight, Michael, and thank you. And I'll see you next time, man.
All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Bye.
All right, brother. Well, there you have it. Great panel tonight. Very animated. They had a lot of different opinions. You know, it was pretty easy on my part. I just kind of let them go. But Patty Crocker, super great guest. Been a fan of hers for a while on TikTok. Super based posts on a daily basis, and just obviously doing fantastic things as a conservative. So, you know, follow her there, follow her on X, follow Michael, follow Madeline, follow Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith does a great podcast, The Loud Majority on Rumble. Follow him there too. Fantastic show on a daily basis. But other than that, thank you for joining us tonight. We're just under 10,000 viewers. Thank you for everybody that commented. Thank you for the reposts. I appreciate you all, and you guys have a good night.